Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather else risk for December 28, 2025. We do keep additional graphics available at tpatw.com. And of course, we do have Patient Weather Storefront on Amazon, and purchases made on Amazon through our storefront supports the activities of Patient Weather. Sunday's weather map will be quite exciting, with a swath of unsettled weather across the east, that low pressure hanging about Michigan with its cold front hanging down through Arkansas into Houston and then swinging back up. But what we have is a lot of unsettled weather here in the east, and in the west, high pressure pushing down, bringing us a blue norther. And looking at the vitality index, which is our measure of all of the weather elements that might have some impact on human health, and you'll see that we really have some kind of impact almost everywhere, except right along the coast on California, and then noticed in the southeast where we'll have a little bit of soupy summer-like weather right here along the Gulf, and that is basically the only unsettled portion, or rather settled portion of the country. Looking at pressure change, and this is a very significant element for many with headache and arthritis and asthma, we have rising pressure from Vancouver, Washington, Oregon, really the easternmost ridges of California, and then everywhere east across the high plains, the Four Corners, up and down the plains, and trying to reach into the Mississippi Valley, but not quite doing it, right here along the eastern or western edge of Minnesota, Iowa, and down into Missouri. Jumping to the east, we have falling pressure all the way from Wisconsin across Illinois, down into Kentucky, Tennessee Valley, all across the Great Lakes, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, pushing on east into Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, and all the way up through New England, but really most significant here right in the Great Lakes area. Looking at temperature change, and this will explain why we're talking about a blue norther, we've had that frigid, terribly cold air pushing down into the plains and leaving us with a clear sky as the clouds and the storminess moves off here, with the temperatures actually warming across the Ohio Valley and up into New England. Dew point temperature map basically showing the same thing. Really falling dew point temperatures here in the west as it dries out, rising dew point temperatures in the very, very soggy east and northeast, and the vapor pressure map confirming most of that same trend, although notice we, at least on the vapor pressure, we're now picking up a little bit of moisture starting to push back into southern Florida. Looking at POI, which is our measure of the oxygen availability in the atmosphere, you'll see that we have that migraine risk all the way from Nevada into the Four Corners. We're picking up some of southern Idaho and into Wyoming, but really from the high plains, and especially the plains from Texas clear on up to North Dakota, and here into the portions of the Mississippi Valley, picking up the northwesternmost portions of Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, and up into Minnesota. But the heart of the hurt, right here in blue northern country, up the plains. Jumping to the east with that unsettled weather, we have that risk of asthma and arthritis, literally from Tennessee up the easternmost edge of Illinois into Wisconsin, and then picking up all of the Great Lakes states, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, stretching into Pennsylvania all the way up into New England, and reaching down just a bit into Virginia and the easternmost portions of North Carolina. Now we have one other small issue to look at, and that is in the southeast, where we pick up a risk of migraine here in Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, tell us where you're located.